Hello, everybody, and today we are here to talk about the Detroit Lions that the Vikings play on Thursday, otherwise known as Thanksgiving. So, the Lions are 16th in total offense, averaging 338.4 yards a game, and they are 15th on third down at 40% of them converting. Sixth in passing offense, 257.6 yards a game, and they are 28th in rushing offense at only 80.8 a game. They are averaging 3.4 yards per carry. Their defense, 23rd total defense in the league. They are allowing 354 and a half yards a game, and they allow 5.6 yards a play. They are 20th in passing offense at 240.3 yards a game, and 15th in rushing defense, allowing 114.2 yards a game, 4.4 yards per carry, and have allowed 12 touchdowns on the year. Now, their injury report is quite small. Keep in mind, none of these will be questionable, doubtful, just because it's the official reports haven't come out. So this is made on Tuesday night, and I'm making this up for Wednesday. So I'm just gonna tell you if they practice or not. From what I found, they only have four guys. So corner and running back here, Jamal Agnew, the corner, he has a knee problem. He did not practice. Just Dwayne Washington has a hip issue, did not practice. Ezekiel Ansah, that's a big name there, and he was limited in practice. And the linebacker Jalen Reeves-Maybin was a full go. Now with Ansah, with where the Lions are at 6-4, and they're very much in need of this win, I would anticipate Ezekiel Ansah playing in this game, especially if you consider they lose the game. Oh, they dropped to 6-5. We go up to 9-2. Any hope of winning the division is essentially gone at that point. So yeah, I would expect Ansah to be a go. Now, in terms of statistical things, Minnesota fifth in total offense, 372 and a half yards a game, and they are fourth in third down conversion at 46%. And compared to last year, that feels so good to say. And then 11th in passing offense, 249.2 yards a game, 8th in rushing offense, averaging 123.3 yards a game, and at an even 4 yards per carry. So, and then 5th in total defense. Zim's defense is doing wonders again this year, and it's working out. So, 290.5 yards a game allowed at only 4.7 yards a play compared to Detroit's 5.6. 11th in passing defense, 212.8 yards a game allowed. Second in rushing defense, 77.7 yards allowed by the Zimmer defense. 3.3 yards per carry and only 6 touchdowns allowed on the entire year. So keep that in mind. They're only getting about 3 yards more than we let up a game. So keep that in mind. Injury reports for us. Okay, Mike Remmers, the concussion limited practice. I wouldn't expect him to go. I would expect him because he has to clear the doctors with the concussion protocol. And even then, I think Rashad Hill has played okay enough to really kind of warrant like, okay, we'll just give Rem the extra days off after this because we play on a Thursday, so he's going to have a 10-day recovery thing going on. Brian Robinson, lower back problem. He was limited in practice. I can see that going either way. Sendejo, groin or hamstring issue, limited in practice. Mackenzie Alexander was a full go with the ankle. Everson Griffin was a full go with the foot. Anthony Harris was a full go with the hamstring. Emmanuel Lemur, knee problem, more of a reserve special team kind of guy. He was a full go, and Rhodes with the calf was also a full go. So with Harris actually being a going full in the practice, I would think we got the same after last week with the strong performance of Anthony Harris. I think you see Anthony Harris in the game starting again and Sendejo kind of inactive because once again you just get the extra time to kind of heal up this. So I would think they would have faith in Anthony Harris to kind of like, oh, okay, no, you can start another game. It's really not that big of an issue. So, and then you get Sendejo and Remmers back for the Atlanta game. So before I go into what I think the Vikings need to do in order to win this game, we first have to talk about what kind of went wrong on October 1st when they lost against the Lions in US Bank Stadium. So they lost the turnover battle. They were minus three fumbles, although one of them came on the Dalvin Cook torn ACL. But they lost the time of possession 23 minutes and 33 seconds to 36 minutes and 27 seconds. Now, a lot of that has to do with the fumbles. So, gotta, yeah. Lost Dalvin Cook. That wasn't good. I think when that happened, you just felt the air get sucked out of that stadium. And then that just wasn't, it didn't work after that. Like, it was just kind of like the team just almost gave up on offense. And then we had 54 plays to their 68. And if you look at the defense, they weren't the issue. Obviously, if you lose a 14-7 game, I'm going to blame the offense every single time. But the defense did do enough to win, probably more than enough, because they only allowed 251 total yards of offense and 3.7 yards of play. So going into what I have here. So I think we need to make them run the ball. I really do. Because if you look at it, they have the 28th rushing offense. This is kind of similar to what we did the first time around, which I don't think we really need to change the game plan much from last time around, judging that they had 3.7 yards of play and only 14 points. They did get some rushing yards on us, but I think that was to stop this potent passing attack with Matthew Stafford. So I think you spread the defense out and dare them to run the ball on you, and just hope Linval is just a complete wrecking ball in the middle. So I think that's kind of the hope there. You get probably more nickel and dime packages in there. I would assume nickel packages, kind of favorable run looks to make them run the ball right into your hands, essentially. And I would think this is another week where we just pound it and pound it and pound it right up the middle with Murray, because they're allowing 115 yards a game. So I would think this is going to be another game where we're really relying on this run game in Case Keenum. Like this passing defense, my bad, also isn't that great. So I think you can see some more of these play action shots after that. So maybe like a double move or two by Adam Thielen. Keenum really just needs to kind of take what is there and kind of be this game manager type. Kind of similar to what he was last week. Like I thought he played pretty well last week, but I don't think he did anything special at the same time, if that makes sense. So, because I think he was kind of doing this last week as well, where it's like, oh, okay, we got a defense that kind of struggles against the run. We're just going to keep running, and we're going to get you on some of these play action fakes and some bootlegs, and we're going to do some high completion stuff with maybe a shot or two in there. And I think that's going to be a similar thing that we're going to see this week. So, like, he doesn't need to do anything over the top or special. He just needs to take what is given. And I think over time, like in the second half, some of those deeper shot plays will start to open up because of how well we can run the ball. So, and Minnesota's so much better than they were in week 4. Even without Dalvin Cook, I feel like this team is a lot better. I feel like it got more complete. I feel like Case Keenum's got more control, and I don't think the Lions can really compete as well as they think they might be able to. So I'm not expecting it to be like a blowout, like 38-10. But I mean, like, it also wouldn't shock me if it were to happen. But it's a division foe, and it's kind of like an in close rivalry. So I would think gonna it's gonna stay relatively close within 2 scores, and that's why I have Minnesota actually winning this game 27-17, because I really think if we play mistake-free football and we can run the ball, we win the game, and that's pretty much as simple as that is. Just force them. We got to be giving them the favorable looks to actually try to run against us, whether it's we kind of hope it's Amir Abdullah, because if they try to run north and south with Amir Abdullah, he doesn't like to run north and south. He's more of their toss guy, and he likes to bounce everything. So if we see mostly Amir Abdullah, we are very happy with this, especially if we force them to run the ball constantly, because we're just going to sell out for the pass, or at least we're looking like we're going to sell out for the pass. So that is my thoughts on these games, on this game. I think that we should be able to win this game. We're going to play mistake-free ball. And if that all happens, 27-17, Vikings win on Turkey Day. Now I bid you guys farewell.